noise, but I'm getting a bit freaked out. There it was again. Did you hear that, Tom? Again, it was a muffled one. It's coming from that corner. It's like a slight bang. What if one of us went over into that corner? What's the matter? What's the matter?
Something weird noise, you said.
Well,
what?
Here.
No. It wasn't anybody's feet. It was like something like that.
There was certainly something in the inner temple. We had all experienced various noises, and 2 crew members felt that they had been touched. One thing we did miss was the gate. It wasn't until we were editing this programme that we noticed the gate was open at the end of our vigil. It was closed behind us as we entered, and no one had touched it during our time inside the temple. It was a stiff, heavy gate that didn't move on its own. So who opened it? It was time for us to leave and let another group experience the caves. Richard Felix had decided to bring the rest of the crew down. Wendy, our location manager, was feeling apprehensive.
Hey, Wendy, you're very brave.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
You're doing well. So carefully don't slip, because as it goes down, the more it gets a little slippery.
See, can I just say, when I came in here with Phil this morning, we covered all the plaques up.
That's right, yeah.
And Phil and I couldn't go any further than this because we were like, oh, no, not going any further.
Really?
Yeah, and then we turned back and we sort of hurried out. And then Carl asked me to walk around with Judith while she sort of got a feel of the place. And we walked down and she stopped here and she got a really strong sense from just there. And she said that there was a guy called John, that she felt this guy called John was guarding something in this tunnel further sort of beyond, where she saw him.
So how do you feel now about having to go through here?
Fine.
Good. Come on. Be careful.
That's it?
Yeah.
That wasn't locked before, was it not?
Yeah, it's not locked, it's just... Hello guys, we're back. He's the one I don't like.
He's what?
The one I don't like.
Really?
Really.
Which one's that, Richard?
The one that's looking at us. He gives me the creeps, as does the monkey behind the cow. The baboon.
I've just seen an old. Oh, that's freaky. I'm sure I did. I got an orb.
It sort of went diagonal across the screen, didn't it?
There's another one. Can anybody hear any noises from out there?
Nothing of great significance was caught in the tunnels. Most of the activity did seem to be centred in and around the inner temple. So does that mean the caves are haunted?
It's been a long, hard night. Our expectations were great. My expectations were great. And I think we've pushed ourselves a lot more than we probably do on others because of the incredible venue that we were in, and we continued right to the end, going back over and over again in the vain hopes that we would eventually see something or capture something.
I must admit, when I knew we were going to do the Hellfire Caves, my expectations were quite high of capturing some paranormal activity. The place is very eerie, it's got quite a lot of history connected with it. Now, when it came to do the vigils, unfortunately, not an awful lot happened. There were the odd couple of noises, bangs, thuds, but they could have been attributed to any natural causes, really. That's not to say it isn't haunted, it's just to say that, you know, we had no evidence of it being haunted.
I feel the most interesting spirit this evening in the investigation was definitely the young lady with the slight sorrowful feeling to her, the way she was manipulated, seemingly, from what I gather, into these tunnels with an expectancy of a change of her life, and then suddenly to find out through great disappointment that she'd been had. She has visited on many occasions, I feel, here in these tunnels, and she still continues to come and visit here.
Although nothing huge happened, things did happen. There were noises. As far as we know, they are unexplained. And let's be honest, at the beginning of all this, if we'd heard things like that, we'd have been elated. But I suppose we've been spoilt because so many things have happened in the past.
One of the events that happens on this investigation is that the whole crew hear a stone hitting a gate.
Paul White. Paul White. But he's here, Paul White.
And it shocks them all. They're all a bit frightened by it. When they go and investigate, Phil finds a stone, and it does seem to be the one that might have made the noise. And when he picks it up, he feels as though it's actually warm, which would be unusual. In my opinion, there's nothing particularly impressive about this. It could simply be a stone has fallen from the roof of the cave, hit the gate, but because everybody's kind of got these heightened emotions, then they interpret it as perhaps being something paranormal.
That was you, wasn't it?
What?
You touched my stomach.
What? Touched your stomach? No, I'm just moving my head up there and see. He's got himself.
At one point, Mauro reports being touched on the stomach area. And remember, this is his first investigation, the first one he's been on, so it's not that surprising if he is a little bit scared, a little bit frightened, and I do know from the rest of the crew that he was absolutely petrified when he was on this investigation. So it's not that surprising if he interprets anything a little bit unusual as perhaps being paranormal, and of course it's going to frighten him. Also, looking at the tape, it does look as though he's carrying something underneath his jacket, which makes it very difficult for him to properly assess if something has touched him. On the face of it, the gate that seems to open on its own appears to be quite impressive. But that's only if we can be sure that the gate actually has been closed properly, and also that nobody actually did open and go through the gate, or just open the gate at some point during the night, but forgot about it. Now, if those two possibilities really can be ruled out, then what remains is a little bit of a mystery.
The West Wickham Caves are not a place for the faint-hearted. It's cold, extremely dark, and some might say, haunted. Until the next time, sleep tight.
We're coming through.
With paranormal sightings, did you hear that?